Turns out that Assassin's Creed Unity is actually a thing.
Oh, good.
That's right.
These are coming out faster than Call of Duty games.
Yeah,
cool.
well, it's a yearly franchise. Yes.
This isn't the Wild West.
Is the main character an assassin?
Well, if you follow the creed, Todd. And then it drops, like dubstep.
Wow.
Well,
Oh,
okay.
someone's head got cut off.
No,
Maybe.
no. That wasn't a guillotine. That was a circumcision machine.
Yeah. Last week, Need for Speed came out. Also today, there was some Splinter Cell news. So we wanted to go straight to the source and get some expertise on what this means for the video game / film industry. What can gamers expect from Splinter Cell based on past work that he's done?
Doug Liman actually totally changed the espionage genre with The Bourne Identity. Like, a lot of people still count it as one of their favorite action movies and one of their favorite spy movies. Like, the way he made that movie shifted the way they make James Bond. That's a huge thing. I think including him is actually a really good sign for Splinter Cell and could be just what the video game genre needs.
It seems like most movies, the movie industry is just buying IPs for video games and turning them into films. Why don't we see original stories?
The problem with when they buy video games is that they're buying video game properties because they're popular, but not really looking at why they're popular and how that might relate. So, like, Need for Speed, it's a fun movie. It's not a good movie.
No.
So it's not shocking that it didn't do great last week.
Star Wars was a good movie.
Yeah.
Wasn't that based on a video
that
game?
was a comic
No,
to
the
start.
movie came first,
Yeah.
Todd.
I'm thinking of Noah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Noah was totally based on the
Yeah.
Bible video game.
Yes.
Yeah, that
But,
was first gen, I
Yeah.
believe.
Again, if you guys want to check out more of what she's got, at Kristy Puchko is your Twitter, right? That's
Yeah.
You write for Cinema Blend, but you also have other sites that you're working for. Kristy, thanks so much for joining us today on our show.
Yeah, thank you.
And applause!
Yeah,
Yes.
that's right. Someone's trying to uncover ET.
Oh, let me explain what happened. Back in the day when E.T. was a big movie in like 1982, one of the very first video game tie-ins was Atari did this amazing video game version of the movie for the Atari 2600.
Right.
And E.T. captured the imagination with wonder and fantasy. This is one of Spielberg's first movies. And what happened is they took all of this magic in the movie and then they converted it into the Atari video game experience, which would look like this. People were very, very angry. There was such backlash and hatred for this game that they ended up taking all of the extra product, millions of units, and they just buried it in the desert.
They want to go into New Mexico, uncover and see whether or not these things were actually buried. The New Mexico environmental service is like, no, we're not allowed to do this.
Yeah.
So that's one of the news pegs today, which I thought was pretty funny. I want to bring attention to our guest.
Okay, let's put his graphic up first.
Basically, just to sum up for our audience and to get into it, we're asking these questions because we don't know anything about
we
this.
don't.
We're a video game show.
We're not professors.
Yeah.
Paul's had 6 years of high school.
Yeah, but 7 years if you count summer school.
So we look to you, sir.
Yeah. How do you know these people aren't just racist to begin with as subjects that already have a predisposition or a perception of black individuals?
Holy crap, that was a good question.
I don't know. We'll see.
We randomly assigned them to groups. We didn't ask them, do you want to play a violent game or a non-violent game? If so, different types of people may have chosen the violent game or the non-violent game. So racist people should be equally distributed across all the groups. We also did a second experiment where we paired black and white faces with weapons like guns, knives, hand grenades, or neutral objects. And we found that playing a violent game as a black avatar, people were more likely to associate black faces with guns and weapons than if they played as a white avatar.
Hey, here's a question
Yeah.
for you. How come when I watched the movie Twilight, I felt so angry after that movie and wanted just to kill everybody?
Yeah. You're confusing professor with therapist.
Okay, Theresol, do you want to ask your question? Because that would be a cool use of Skype if you want to ask the question. That you
Sure. Did these people walk into the study knowing what the study was about, or were they just kind of doing this? You told them it was for something else. Like, I just want to see how much hot sauce you'd make somebody eat.
Yeah, you can't tell people in advance what the study's about, or it could bias their responses. So we actually told them it was part of 2 separate studies. The first study was about video games, and the second study was a taste test study.
Professor Bushman, thank you so much for joining us in our program and bequeathing us with all this. Very interesting
Thank you very
stuff.
much.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Yeah, there we go.
When I made the graphic for this and I heard that there was going to be a bear simulator, let's look at I'm excited because when I'm like, I cannot wait to simulate bearness with my friends.
Todd, I got bad news.
What?
It's a bear with a EAR.
Oh, let me change that real
Yeah,
quick.
so it once Goat Simulator is now Bear
And
Simulator.
enter.
Now that Todd's broken his computer. So
Sorry
this
about
is-
that, folks.
This is a Kickstarter game because Goat Simulator wasn't good enough. They actually want to do a bear version of this.
Man, I got that really messed up.
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, it's a mistake any pervert could make. Go ahead and put up the Kickstarter page because it's actually a pretty funny premise that they have. Explore, eat stuff, be a bear. There's a discrimination going on. There is no game out there about a bear. Yeah, it's a first-person bear game. I preferred the Goat Simulator, which allowed you to really feel for the goat.
Finally, I can imagine what it would be like to live in my spirit
Wait, did
animal.
you say you like to fill your goat?
No, you like to feel as a goat, not feel a goat. Feel like
No,
I'm a goat.
Paul
There's a
likes to
difference.
pretend he's a goat and feel things.
Pretend. I'm halfway there.
The fate of the earth is in my hands. No choice but to take a stand. I don't care if I'm wrong or right. All I do is stand and fight.
That's awesome.